Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are, your geographical location. You're welcome to this uh, broadcast. And for those of you who have been following the current situation back in the country, Nigeria, you're familiar with the topic. With the story of the NLC president that was beaten during the election, governorship election, yes, in Imo State. And as a result, the trade unions are currently on strike, uh, closing down all government establishment, including schools and hospitals. The workers have not been to work. So it's as such, it prompts me to come on here to take your own view, have your view on this matter, if this is justifiable, if it makes sense, if it's something we should echo or not echo. And if you want to come on the join the this discussion, I'm gonna put the link in the comment section. Very brief one. I never expect I'll come and sit down here today, but necessity, they said, is the mother of invention, or whatever it's called for it, to get your view, so that it won't be a case of me that I am biased or not. Like I said, the strike, from what I watched on YouTube, is as a result of the Nigerian Labour Congress president Ajaero being mishandled or beaten up. So they decide to go on strike. If this really makes sense, I don't know. Because the recent unconstitutional money allocated to the office of the wife of the president, there was no strike. Uh, the fuel subsidy gone, no strike. The way the general election, even though that both have sailed, went, there was no strike. The recent news of, I think, Saudi Arabia canceling the visas of Nigerians, about 246 of them visas were cancelled after arriving in Saudi Arabia. There was no strike. And the thousands, the hundreds, thousands, and millions of people that die every day due to lack of healthcare, bad roads, and the salaries of those who have not been paid their salaries. There was no strike. So does this strike actually make sense? To me, it's a no. And why is taking uh, the mainstream media in Nigeria, the space in the mainstream Nigeria, actually shocks me. I know we've all complained about the media space in Nigeria, what really matters to them. And to those who contribute in fanning wickedness, or who refuse to let the poor breathe. Good afternoon, Fad. I wish you could join me on the platform if you can, Fad, as a special courtesy. But I hope one day you will. What is your take in respect to the strike by the trade trade unions in Nigeria? Does it make sense to you? Because to me, it doesn't. I can't wish. I'm not allowed, or my religion and it does not allow me to hate my enemy or to wish my enemy bad or to applaud or rejoice when misfortune happens to my enemy. So I have to empathize or sympathize with him. He's not my enemy, but they represent the masses. So why should just only one man, because of one man, they call for a strike or they are currently on strike? And yet, many Nigerians cannot feed. No strike. When the Lekki toll gate issue happened, many died as a result of that protest. There was no strike. The issue in respect to absence of electricity over the years, no strike. As a result, many young youth have turned into Yahoo Yahoo or whatever we call them. No strike. While so is it the case of they will strike because of one particular person? Choose and pick, or pick and choose. And yet, the general masses who are suffering daily, most Nigerians who are suffering daily, Festus Osifo and Ajaero don't care. During the removal of the fuel subsidy, there was this cry of they want to strike, and they went into that meeting, into that room, and they came back, and the strike was gone into the tin air. No strike. And the foolishness that I keep saying, and I will say it again. People may find it offensive. As long as we continue to knowingly practice foolishness, this circle will all still also continue. Fact, he says something will have to trigger something. Yes, agreed. Something will have to trigger something. But so far, a lot of things have happened that the labor union did not go on strike. They failed to seize the opportunity, just like the removal of the fuel subsidy. Sam, you ask, I don't know if it's a question or a statement, but I think it's a question. Could there be a cumulative reason? Could you shed more light on that for me, please? Cumulative reason as for them to strike, or for the strike, or if there is, what could be that cumulative reason? Removal of fuel subsidy, unemployment, poor health facilities. If you read the description, it states, according to Osifo, they went on strike as a result of what happened to Ajaero. It's clear there. We went on strike as to what happened because of what happens to Ajaero. But for crying out loud, during the general election, Lagos State in particular prevented people from coming to vote. Some were beaten. I don't know if any died, but we know some were beaten for coming out. So those people's voice does not matter. Is that Sam? Is that what you're saying? Please, could you clarify that for us, for the benefit of the audience, and for my own benefit, please? I indicate the unions were trying to work with government and see the outsource as unjust repayment for that patient. The unions were trying to work with government and see the assault as unjust repayment for that patient. Trying to work with government in what sense? The election, the suffering of the people in respect to the removal of the fuel subsidy, and people not being able to access good health care, the good roads. Those who died on 1st of October, the tanker, as a result of the tanker that fell over and the fuel. I want us to be careful not to defend the indefensible and not to gaslight wickedness. I know this is a broadcast. I'm going to put something up on the screen soon. Let's be human for once, and not because we come every day here and talk and type. Fadi said but the assault was as a result of the public workers that was not getting paid. That was not the reason they gave. Is that what you heard on YouTube, or where did you hear that from? It was as a result of the election, not as a result of public work. That's what I saw on YouTube. You can direct me to where you got your own information from. I have my own information in front of me, so we could verify it or check it out. Is it today that workers have not been paid? How many people have died? Workers have died without getting their pension or receiving their pension. How many workers have been dismissed and their rights not upheld? So, work. I'm getting confused here. For Ajaero, I will come to you, Liz. Ajaero was not protesting for his own family when the assault occurred. I agreed he wasn't protesting for his own family. Who was he protesting for? Who was he protesting for? And what happened to the first fuel removal of the fuel subsidy? When they were supposed to go on strike, they gave the crowd, the people, the impression that they're going on strike. And you saw the video when they went into the room and they came out of that room, they started singing a different national anthem, not the Nigeria national anthem, Arise, O Compatriots. So, what are we saying here, Fad? Please make me to understand. I'm trying to understand what you're trying to, what you're telling me, but I'm finding it hard to grasp your defense, which is your right to. But from where I am sitting, in my opinion, this is trying to defend the indefensible. From May 29th till this very moment, citizens are buying petrol, purchasing petrol for over 600 naira. How many people have jobs? Some workers have not been paid for months. School teachers go to school to sell items as a result of what? Of the economic situation. So please, try make sense. Let's do apply a bit of common sense, please. The TUC boss was on channel this morning. Okay. As a result of election was the reason the Imo State government given to justify their action. We're not talking about the government, right? I'm not talking about the government, whether they are right or wrong. Beating anyone is wrong. But it's a strike we should focus on. Allegedly, you are listening to the defense argument of the perpetrators. Fun. I'm listening to the defense argument of the what of the perpetrators. Are you one of them, Fad? If I understand what you just said, I'm listening to the defense arguments of the perpetrators. Who are they? Please, Fad. Let's please kindly highlight if you don't mind. Who are these people? I said we should be careful because I don't think I stand corrected. Nigerians, most Nigerians sympathize with the labor union strike. And the few I have spoken to, what are they saying? In fact, this thing happened last week. Some Nigerians are just hearing it yesterday. And they say, who cares whether he was beaten or not? Well, they are suffering here and they are dying. Nobody has gone on strike for their sake. So if you shut your ears, shut up is bowels your ears to the cry of the poor. Will reap what you sow. So if you are defending something, make sure you know what you are defending. But if the intention is to what? Is to gaslight, as Fad put it, defending the argument of the perpetrators. No, I won't do that. The people that attacked Ajaero, I'm not defending. I'm not going to defend them. I'm not listening to their arguments, their defense. I just want them to give us a reason, a justifiable reason why the citizens should sympathize with them. Nobody should be beaten. Let's have that on record. and we must not applaud evil. But sometimes we need to look back and ask ourselves a question. There was a video that I played there some time back. Let me see if it's still there. It will give us context in what I'm saying or we are discussing about. It's just about 2 minutes video. So I'm going to play it. Then we'll come back again.
You there, second desk, blue jacket. What is your name?
My name is Alexis.
Alexis, please leave my lecture room. I don't want to see you at one of my lectures ever again.
I don't understand.
I am not going to ask a second time. Thank you. Why are there laws? What are laws for? Anyone?
Social order?
To protect the person's personal rights.
So that you can rely on the government?
Justice? Thank you. Tell me, was I unfair to your classmate just now? Indeed I was. So, why didn't any of you protest? Why didn't any of you try and stop me? Why didn't you want to prevent this injustice? You see, what you have just learnt, you wouldn't have understood in 1,000 hours of lectures unless you lived it. You didn't say anything because you weren't affected yourself. And this attitude speaks against you and against life. You think it doesn't concern you, so it's none of your business. Well, I'm here to say, if you don't help bring about justice, then one day you too may experience injustice, and there will be nobody there to stand before you. Truth and justice lives through us all, and we must fight for it. Because in life and work, we often live next to each other, but not with each other. We console ourselves that the problems of others are nothing to do with us, none of our business. And we go home glad at night that we're spared, but it's about standing up for each other. Every day an injustice happens in business, sport, or on the tram. Relying on someone else to take care of it is not good enough. It is our duty to be there for others, to speak up for others when they cannot. I am here to teach you the power of your voice. I want you to learn critical thinking to empower you to stand up for what is right, even if it means going against what everyone else is doing. Let's begin.
Fidelis, I agree with you that anything can trigger a strike. It must not necessarily be one particular thing. But if you are compromised, you already compromised, like the video you watched. It's about injustice that has been done to millions of Nigerians over the years. And they did not stand up. They took sides. They already compromised. They did not consider the pains of Nigerians. Take, for example, Festus Keyamo, a so-called human rights activist, no longer feels the pains. Maybe he was just pretending before. No longer feel the pains of Nigerians. Defending the indefensible. Yes, of course, it's his right to do whatever he wants to do. But when that right is causing millions pains, then it's no longer right. It is called wickedness. It's about the injustice that Nigerians are facing. And you are in the position to defend them. But because you already have your hand soiled, kick back and kick forward. A gunje pass salary. We are where we are today. They are where they are today. You tell me how many Nigerians sympathize with them. Do you sympathize with them? Fidelis, do you sympathize? Do you care? About the 2023 general election, like I said, the boat have sailed and gone. Why did they not call for a strike? Why Imo State? Why not Edo State? Why not Bayelsa State? Why not Lagos State? Are they not everywhere in the country? Why did they not call for a strike? So you pick and choose where you want to go strike. Is the opinion that what is the way for? Oh, in my opinion, what is the way forward? If you followed me very well, Liz, those who are on this channel, they have a nickname for me. The nickname of facts, that even though we run away from it, the truth, when we run away, if the truth goes away for the next 100 years, it will come back again. Let me share it with you, Liz, and you will hear more of me soon. It is the people. The people. When I mean the people, I mean Liz Z, you, and I. And when we start to invoke Section 68 and Section 110 of the Constitution, that, to me, is the way forward. Go take a read at it. Have you never seen a strike about high cost of bread that degenerated into overthrow of government? You are talking nonsense. I'm not talking nonsense, Fidelis. I agree with you that strike can come from anything. Can happen from any. Can happen. Take, for example, the NSAS, the protest. You're entitled to say I'm talking nonsense. But you and I know very well that when it comes to the Labor Congress, the trade unions, they are not different from a toothless dog that is barking. Quote me on that. Most Nigerians don't give a toss about them anymore. Because why? They have been what? They have been compromised. And that is why they are where they are today. Look at Adams Oshomole. Because they have been compromised. When you stand for justice, stand for justice. But when your justice is about pick and choose, then that is no longer standing for people. Every voice matters. The voice of the market woman, the one selling akara on the road that the policeman beats, is not different from the one that what the ones that were refused to land in Saudi Arabia. Every voice matters. That is the point I'm trying to make here. Not just the voice of Ajaero or the voice of Festus Osifo. How about the voice of that Akara woman? Or the voice of those who have not been paid, that died, have not been paying pension? How about their voice? No, it doesn't matter. They are somebody else's problem. Not my problem, not your problem. Fact. Electricity, the president of over 4 million people was beaten and disgraced in such manner, and you did not expect nothing to happen. He is the president of 4 million people. Fact, do me a favor, please. I need a bit of context to what you're saying. 4 million people in terms of civil servants. So, 4 million people. How about the other people? They don't matter. Let's, like I said, let's all apply common sense here. And listen to, take a read at the topic again. Every voice matters. So the 4 million people you are referring to, are they not part of the same people who go to petrol station and buy fuel for over 600 naira? So they don't matter. Only the 4 million people matters. Except I don't get what you're trying to say. So educate me, please. I'm hoping to be educated. A leader and a president of over 4 million people. Are you referring to Osifo or Ajaero, or both? Because that's the reason why we're talking. They won't get sympathy. That's just the truth. They probably will settle them behind door that you and I will not know. In the context of Nigeria today, they will settle them. The Imo State government will call them and settle them. You will not hear this story again. It will not come out again to talk. Take note of what I just told you today. What about those over the years? Let's even forget over the years. Let's forget over the years. Let's start from May 29th of this year. The tokens, the prayer of Akpaibo, yes, of the Senate president. What happened to the strike? The 8,000 naira they're supposed to pay as palliative. Where is it? That each state hijacked, or the money was shared to states. Soludo, they all hijacked it. What happened? Did they strike over it? They didn't strike over it. They did not strike over it. Anyway, the government should have acted earlier and prosecute the what? The perpetrators. Fact. Thanks for making my day to laugh. I really appreciate that, fact. Stone Noodle, Nigeria is long overdue for a strike. Rotimi Amechi has already said it. Then my people wakes up to my country will change. So that's the truth. The day you wake up, the country will change. If we keep on this way, the country will not change. People went out with their PVCs to change their criminals, but the system denied them. The question what we want Nigerians to do since gross injustice. Who is the Vice Master? Thank you very much for this. They didn't strike. When millions, myself inclusive, went to vote, NLC did not strike, TUC did not strike. Like I said, I'm bound by rules and regulation, by my religion and this platform, not to use certain words. One of the most difficult things to be a face of something. Nothing has been done. People went out with their PVCs to change the criminal, but the system denied them. And you want us to come and shed tears. Some people want to come and shed tears, kind of defend indefensible. Remember, what goes around always comes around. As we often say, most of you are familiar with this word. Karma is a bitch. What goes around comes around. Maybe to some, we just come here and talk and laugh and say whatever we want to say. But pain is real. Suffering is real. Thank you, Ovi. If that's the case, this was a hard lesson for them. Please thank. If all the voice matters, why block me in Dr. Damage platform? Yes. Maddy Peace, thank you for bringing this up. There is a policy on this platform which you have failed to what? To abide by. If you listen to the video rules, there are laws for certain things. And it's because of the absence of rule of law in Nigeria, that is where we are today. That's where we find ourselves where we are today. And because people are not punished for the wrong they do, it's not different from blocking you or anybody. It gives nobody joy or pleasure, not even the owner of the channel. We have meetings. And certain words were banned were banned on this platform, and you keep using it. And yet we come out, we want Nigeria to change. Ordinary platform, you cannot abide to the rules and regulation. I'm not shutting down your voice. Your right to freedom of speech will always be protected. But you see, that right to freedom of speech doesn't give you a right to certain things. You can scream on the other end there. You can take a megaphone and go to the road and scream, say whatever you want to say. But when you are entering into somebody else's sitting room, your freedom of right ends there, because you must abide by the rules and regulations of that person. Where are you going? So if you stick to decent and being respectful to other commentators or comments and panelists, you won't be banned. Every voice matters. You see me here, I'm talking. I've never used any foul language against Festus Osifo, or not that I don't wish to, don't get me wrong. I would love to. All my inner beings is saying, cause to use certain words, but I forbid that. I will not yield to that temptation. So if you continue in this trend, you will be banned. So this has been addressed publicly now. I didn't make the rules. Go meet Rudolph. We sat down and we discussed about it. So you are not the only one. We want to change, but if we don't change ourselves, the system will not change. The change must start with you and I. It gives me no pleasure, no joy. In fact, if Fad is here, I have apologized to Fad on this platform, unreserved apology for getting him wrong. So I can apologize. He's here. He's he's the first person that posted a comment, or the second person that posted a comment here. So if I owe you apology, I will apologize for banning you. But Madipis, that won't happen. We need to see a change. And I hope I have addressed this. Thank you very much. Until Dr. Damages come, as he said, I don't understand what you're saying, man. Can't entertain you right now. This makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Aguna, man. So, the Arab Spring needs to replicate itself in Nigeria. It's up to you and I. Nobody will do it for us. No angel will come from heaven and do it for. No angel came down from heaven and did it for them. No, they have to rise up. The people. But honestly, there was Tinubu's voice when 247 of his citizens were being denied entry to Saudi while he was enjoying being a guest in that country. But honestly, where was Tinubu? You see, Please, I understand that Tinubu, this is his government. The present government is the Tinubu's government. And unfortunately, present government always carry everything, even what the past government have done, the bad they have done. But truth be told, this is not about his government. What is happening is just not about his government. I don't want people to think, oh, you are support. No. What has been happening started before his government. If you listen to his speech of Emilio Khan, it got nothing to do with this present government. If you look at those in the present government, most of them, let me use the word, Wike was in the last government, Buhari's government, 2-term governor. So it's not about his government. Let's get this straight. Yes, it's gonna. If I become or you become president today, Liz, people will say the same thing about you, about your government. Your government is bad, even though you did not create the present situation. It's been there from time memorial, but you are going to inherit it whether you like it or not, and people will come at you. So the question we should ask ourselves is, where are our lawmakers? Where are they? Where are the lawmakers? The red and blue chambers, those riding in SUV, those you elected. You may argue that you didn't elect them, no problem. But they are there on the mandate of the people, or they are claiming to be there on the mandate of you and I. Where are they? The issue with Saudi Arabia and Nigeria is not a new thing. Do you think this is the first time? How about the war in Ukraine when Nigerians were stranded? Every other nationality, every other country was carrying. How many days or weeks did it take before Nigerians were what? What's the word again? So why it's not Mazi? Okay, I'll bring you in. The floor is yours, please.
Thank you, my brother. You are making a lot of sense, and I would like to use this opportunity to greet Dr. Damage, yourself, the anchors of this platform. You are doing a great job. The sensitization that we are talking about for Nigerians cannot come if those who believe in Nigeria, my brother, you know my stance when it comes to Nigeria. Those who believe in one Nigeria must stand up to change that system. If you watch me closely, all my appearances in this platform, even before the election, I was hammering on the foundation of that country. My brother, if the foundation is right, if you like, bring in a madman. Sorry for that language. Good, that person, that mad person will do the right thing in that country. But as long as the foundation, the system is designed in such a way that the few that are holding the powers are making it difficult for development, freedom of speech, association, dissenting voices, Nigeria will never go anywhere. This is my own position here. See, you made mention of where are the lawmakers? The obedient, they have their lawmakers in the National Assembly, don't they? They have. When they give them that, is it 170 billion SUV, whatever, did they speak? Did they reject it? They didn't. They absorbed everything. These people are one and the same. They are one and the same. There is nothing anybody would do apart from, you see, the energy Nigerians put in to go to acquire PVCs to change these people, like I said in my comment earlier on. They should have channeled that energy to change that criminal system, that's criminal status quo that gave this power, these people so much power to do whatever they are doing without taking into cognizance what the masses feel. Obedient lawmakers, they are there. They never say, oh, we were not going to, just like what the Zambian lady, lawmaker said in their parliamentary house. We will not take this. Our people are suffering. A bag of rice is going to 60,000 naira, unheard of in the history of Nigeria. But when you come out here to speak the way we speak, they will sit in the comment section and begin to attack you. Nigerians, if they cannot change that criminal status quo that has, that has produced this kind of people that are leading Nigerians, my brother, I suggest for a balkanization of that country. Let everybody answer their father's name, my brother. Because we are being marginalized, we are being killed, we are being made to, so many Nigerians are below poverty line. When other countries are fighting to bring up their own people out of poverty, Nigerian system is throwing them into, millions of them into poverty, line. That is unheard of. That is what I came in here to say to you, my brother, and to our listeners. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mars, for your contribution. It's highly appreciated. Thank you a lot. Injustice is the problem of Nigeria. It has come to stay, and nothing will change it as long as the political criminals are the others, operators of the criminal status quo. I'm going to skip Madi's. I'm going to skip you. Fat, if you don't mind, kindly address Madi for me. Thank you very much. Where are we now? Yes, Fad, he is the chairman of the APC, but the problem started before that. It's the problem. The problem started before that. Yes, I understand the word party manifesto. I do. So why did you ask, Fad, please? I need to know before I bring this broadcast to an end. I do intend to stay for more than an hour. I listened to President Bola's speech and felt a mixture of pride and conflict because of his antecedents. Thank you for that, man of prestige. But if you can shed some light, what you mean by pride and conflict? What's the pride there, please? Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, you said Bola Tinubu managed to change. Remember, Bola Tinubu has changed top campaign operatives to fight grab and run away with political power. You see, the people have the right to fight back. The people have the right to grab the country back. And the people have the right to run away. No, the people have all the power, all the political power. The people have the right to fight back, to grab, take their country back. That's the word is used now, grab, take their country back. So if I say I have the right to do this, does that mean, man of prestige, you don't have the right to challenge? Of course, you do have the right to challenge. You have the right to challenge the status quo. You have the right to confront. Madi Peace, time shall tell. I believe that a lot. You see, one thing I believe a lot, one thing I also believe is, you see, there's life outside this platform and comment section. Our path may cross again, face to face, one on one. So I strongly believe that. And I hope you will change for good, wherever you are. It's okay to hide behind the screen and be saying things. If you are brave, come on the platform. But I dare you, you will not do that. Tinubu has a long hand over many years in APC. I know that is today's Nigeria. That is subject to argument. When was he born? We don't know when he was born. But the problem did not start 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And when did he get into politics? So that's why I said, subject to argument. Man of Maziane. Tinubu was part of the people that drafted the manifesto. It was fair enough, but that's not what we're saying here, in fact. It's not about, we're not talking about APC here, or PDP, or Labour, or whatever it is. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the people. So whether he drafted manifesto or not, he swore an oath to defend the Constitution. The wife swore on the altar of God to do things, to do right by Nigerians, to put Nigerians in the right path. So if you are being allocated money that is unconstitutional, after you say that you don't need Nigerians' money to survive or to live on, come on. These are just common sense. We don't need to go to school or have PhD or to have master's degree to be able to discuss this issue. So if anything goes wrong, Tinubu is partially responsible. That's not what I said. You know what? Sometimes I said it's gone. I said any government, you could be the one being the president. You will inherit any problem. People will come after you. It doesn't mean you created the problem, but it's for you now to solve it, not to make it more difficult or hard for the people. I never said it's partially responsible or responsible. I can sit in the seat of fools without direction. It's obvious. As long as I'm concerned, there's no good thing coming out from this APC and Tinubu government because it builds on lie. Who is this? Udo. It's not. It didn't start from this government. It did not start from this government. You know, they recycled themselves over time. It wasn't APC years back. If we start to list the names of the political parties in the 60s and they change, but the human beings do not change. They keep recycling themselves over time. And you know, when you recycle a waste, a material over time, it becomes useless. You can't use it anymore. But when you keep it there, it's going to constitute nuisance. That's the problem we are facing. These individuals have recycled themselves over time from one party to the other. From one party to the other. We case in two parties. It's in APC and PDP. Okay. It's in APC and PDP. So what would you say about that? And when you recycle a material over time, what happens? It becomes absolutely useless. You can't recycle it. You can't use it for anything again. Not possible. They said they promised us change for better. Okay, where is the change? Are you seeing it? The answer is no. This position are one and the same. Did the Labour Party lawmakers reject? They didn't reject it. On moral ground, they should have rejected it. Or they should reject it. They should reject the Akpabio spray and token. This is a very important point. If you were in the last broadcast, we did say we have to stop this blame game. I'm not blaming the past government. I'm just saying this problem we are putting on this current government. It didn't start with this current government, but it's up to you and I to change it. They are contributing to it, don't get me wrong, but it didn't start with them. Buhari was there for 8 years. Obasanjo was there. Goodluck Jonathan was there. They all have opportunity to change. Even the vice president, Oshibajo, at one time was acting president. Everybody, they all have listen, they bought for how much? 100 million naira. I don't care whether the vice president is a pastor. Anyone who pays, or Tunde Bakare is a pastor, anyone who paid 100 million naira to buy a political party form and has not come out to tell us how they get the money, I don't see anything good coming from them. That is my position. Anyway, I want to thank you. Like I said, this is a short broadcast. I just had to come here and pull this out. Whether they will get sympathy of Nigerians or not, I doubt it. They probably will not, because they themselves, they are compromised. And that is what happened to those who compromise themselves. Who is this? My brother, sure, I understand that. I understand that part. But then, if you see what Iftum did during his campaign, he didn't promise Nigerians any tangible thing. Who promised Nigerians has kept to that promise? Who? No. Udolise, Fad, we will skip Mazi Prince, Vaima, so every other person in the comment section. Let me first of all thank you for being there. Comment section. Which government, tell me, made a promise and kept to that promise? So it's not different from, like I said, we take these things. Some of us think Nigeria is a project, or this. It's a reality. It's a reality. In fact, thank you for that compliment. But without those of you in the comment section, I won't be sitting here, to be honest. I probably would have said my piece and go. But so, well done to you guys in the comment section. Even to Madi Peace, who is mad at me. It's okay. You're allowed to. It's your right to be mad at me. And it's also your right to exercise to take illegal action against me for blocking you. You're welcome to that. I enjoy it. I look forward to it. I look forward to it. So, please, let's discuss strategy forward towards new Nigeria. We have discussed strategy towards new Nigeria. OVA, myself, OVA, a lot of people have discussed strategy. The problem is not solution. We have lots of solutions. Tons of solutions we have profiled. But you and I need to stand up to start to work on that solution. But I'm coming up with something. I'm coming up with something. It said, let me read this. Open my account in Dr. Damage platform now. If okay, then tell me how can we hold them accountable, my brother? Listen, they are not above accountability. We will just give us time, give me time, give some of us time. We're coming up with something. Don't worry about it. We're not here to just while away time or bond. I mean, I did a night shift, and I'm going to do another night shift today again. So I should be sleeping. I slept a bit. But I couldn't. I was disturbed with this foolishness going on back there. But we will change it, no matter what it is. We will change. Maddy, please, I didn't just block. No, I'm not even going to entertain. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. Okay, let me take this we just can't get things right in this country. Not having 24 hours, that is the most craziest thing that drives me mad. This electricity issue, it drives me mad. If we can fix that, which we can, you see the issue of this Saudi Arabia and Nigeria. It's all about. Let's think outside the box. If Nigeria government, we have our own, we do have before national airline. Do you know the money, the revenue that this country will be making? Nigeria will be making. That is what is killing them. Nigeria, let me tell you this. This is from having traveled a little bit. Should Nigerians stop traveling, some airlines will face, some airlines, if care is not taken, they will close up. Nigerians are and Chinese people, the Asians. If these people stop traveling, some airlines will go bankrupt. And we have so much that we can use to generate revenue and change the country. But that's not the case. But that kind time we Nigeria keep giving them and told, but that kind time we Nigeria keep giving them and told, here we are. I don't really understand that. To doc, Barbara, please go and rest for your next shift. Nigeria is beyond redemption. No, it's not. Nothing is beyond redemption. I will sleep. Nothing is beyond redemption. Nothing is beyond. Nigeria is not beyond redemption. These are the kind of message we need to rebut. We don't. I mean, for those who cares, you have a right to say, but it's not beyond redemption. No, that country is not beyond redemption. Renaud Mokri hold on to that view, years back. He put on a post like that. And you see him fighting for PDP, saying Nigeria, I don't know. So, Nigeria is not beyond redemption. Vine Maxwell. It's not. The last broadcast I had, I asked a few of them. We agreed on a lot of things in that last broadcast. I said a prayer that I pray Nigeria, those agitating. I mean, the broadcast on Saturday, I think we will weigh more into it. But if I will appreciate coming on the broadcast on Saturday, come and have your say in respect to this agitation. Come and have your say on the platform, please. Live. It will be one of the best broadcasts so far. Nigeria has so much, but it's unfortunate the few are benefiting. Yeah, we have so much. I skipped, sorry. But bros, how can you redeem Nigeria when they can't hold a simple election? To redeem Nigeria is in your hands, in my hands, in our hands. I'm just, you see, this, the thing is, when Obama said, yes, we can, he didn't say the government, he said, yes, we can. So we, you know what that means in French? We, if you go to French, we. Yes, we can. Don't be discouraged. Don't entertain negative talk. Your job, my job, is to put out positive talk out there. Even in the wars, look at what is happening in Palestine, Israel and Palestine. Some are still hanging on to hope in spite of everything, despite what is going on there. So let's hang on to hope. And let's fix it. We can fix it. We can fix it. So thank you once again as I bring this broadcast to an end. Hopefully, we will see on our valedictory broadcast on Saturday by the special grace of God. Maddy Peace, you are welcome to come on the platform, and you're welcome to comment. And I will say this again: it is the rules, regulation, and we must abide by it. God bless you and have a lovely day.